Alright, today we're going to be going over a who to summon on the Tensura. We got the auto right here. It's going to end in like 4 minutes because maintenance. But we're going to start with the Rimuru slime form. And this is a free unit if you just do the quests. So might as well do it. But he's not that good. That's all I'm going to say. Benimaru is more of a damage dealer. Just a giant magic damage dealer. hmm Pretty good nuker. And then Milim, this is a reflect. It would be really good on this Crest Palace right here. Instead of Durin, you could use Milim, her art. That's pretty much all you would use her for. And then Rimuru, human form, a demon. I don't know what's going on here, but one of the best awoken units in the game, definitely. Archgen, heal with a status res and a status cure, kind of crazy. I would get the Aquia stream. And then Santa Rimuru, mid. Then Santa Milim in Archgener with the crit buff. I mean, pretty good if you needed somebody to put on a Summoner's Road comp. This could work. Santa Xian, this would be really good for Summoner's Road. She's a very good nuker. She works plenty. She has Act Up too. So if the boss has evasion, like one of the birds always have evasion, so you just use her. Boom. Probably kill it in one shot. New Year's Rimuru, bad. New Year's Milim, bad. Alright, we're gonna come back. Combat form Milim, she is not that good, but she can be used as a breaker. If you don't have a breaker, she could be used as a really good breaker. Or she could be used as a really good DPS. So she does fill two roles. The unfortunate part is she cannot be used as both at the same time. Because to get her to a good break, you have to use her true art 5 times. And then if you use an art or a super art, it'll reset that, and then you'll have to use it 5 times more. And it's just not, like, sustainable. You just have to use the true art, or you have to use the super art. You're rarely ever going to get to use the art. You'll either have to use this at, like, the start of something or at the end of something. And then she is pretty good. If you don't have a breaker, she's pretty solid. And if you don't have a good DPS, she's solid. But other than that, I don't really like her that much. Diablo, a little bit of archgenning. Um, Defense equip, damage up. He's a really good all-around unit. Like this is what like a flex should be most of the time. He just does a lot. And then his true weapon, definitely get this because it's going to change to the passive ability 50% HP or higher, and that's where his archgen comes in. So make sure there's going to be free equip tickets. I would pick up Diablo suit if you get Diablo. And then Demon Lord Rimuru, this is definitely top 3 in the crossover. Basically he just does a ton of damage. There's 2 different ways to play him. You either art, super art, and then just keep cycling that. That's for him to do a ton of damage. Or you can just spam the true art. And then you'll get a giant stackable damage res debuff. And that'll buff all of your units' damage a ton. But then you're not getting the super crit right here. And then this passive helps with tanking. If Demon Lord Rimuru is under 50% HP, 30% DR, kind of nice. If he's above 5 hearts a second for him, pretty nice. And then, yeah, he just does a lot of damage. He hits really hard. Probably the coolest ascended art in the game, I think. I like it. Not SP though. I think Islet has the best SP. And then yeah, that's about a hit for Demon Lord Rimuru. He just hits really hard. And then we're on to the 4 new units. Alright, we're gonna go in order from worst to best. So I think Shizu is the worst, just because most of the bosses in the game you can't burn. I don't know why they're burn immune. So she would be really good on bosses that you can burn. I don't know which ones you can and can't burn, but there's just a lot that you can't burn. And then she does have a little bit of healing, And this passive right here is going to go nuts. If you have Rin and Luvia and you get her, that is huge. Her and Rin and Luvia are going to pair perfectly together. Because of this passive right here, she reduces enemies' burn res by 50% at the start of the battle. So every single wave, she's going to reduce all their burn res, and then you burn with Rin and Luvia, and all of them are going to instantly burn, and you're going to stack up Rin and Luvia's damage passive really quick. And then I wouldn't use a true art if you're using Rin and Luvia. I wouldn't use her art if you're using Rin and Luvia. If you have another burner, I wouldn't use her art. But I mean, this could be helpful with like Kiri. Kiri, if the boss is burning, he takes less damage. And then the super art, this is pretty much her kit. If the boss is burning, it's a 320% fire res down, which I'm pretty sure is like the biggest res down in the game, the single biggest res down. And then this, when their HP is above 80%, 60 arts, that's really nice. That's just a big distribution of arts to the whole team, and I really like that being a part of this. And then the 320% fire res, if you can burn the boss and you're using this unit with Rin and Luvia, this is going to be really good. But that's extremely situational. And then this passive right here, there's burning. When she's burning, she gets 4 hits a second. That's just wonky. That's just weird. That like never happens. But whatever. I do think she is the worst unit of the new batch. And then I think the second worst is Veldora, which is kind of sad. You probably don't agree with me, but he's just damage, and Uzu is just better. Like, Uzu is a Earth human that just does so much more damage. I would never use Veldora instead of him. Like, sure, Veldora is cool, but Uzu's just way better. And they have similar slots. Uzu has a 6-star physical, 5-star defense, 4-star physical. I'm pretty sure Uzu's 7 stars defense too. So they have like the same slots, except this is magic instead of physical. And then basically you're just gonna want to art, and then true art if you need the paralysis and freeze res. If not, you're probably just gonna be using his super art. So you just art once, and then you're just gonna be super arting. And the crazy thing about his super art is it can't be cancelled, even if he gets fainted. I don't know why. That's a little silly, but it's kind of crazy. Say like for Fongyeon, if you get like on stage 5 of Light Summoner's Road. Actually, I don't think it's applicable there for the start of that fight, but for going after that, you should be able to damage him through the thresholds with this super art. I might just be completely wrong, but that is how you beat him. You wait till he does an art, and then you damage him through the thresholds. So this might work to just damage him without even needing to time it up. But this is going to hit really hard, especially because of this passive right here. Increase own damage by 2% times own attack divided by 100. That is a giant damage buff right there. Especially with this 200% attack up. If you use his true art and then his super art, he's going to be hitting so hard. And then this passive is really good too. This is huge on a DPS. This just makes the whole team more survivable. And I love this passive. This is on like Luvia and Rin, Summer Luvia and Rin, and then like the new Dark Heart. This passive is really good. It's also on Albedo. But then the next best unit is Shuna. I think most people are going to overlook Shuna just because, I don't know, her super art isn't the best. But these slots, if this was flipped around, this would be way better, but whatever. These two right here are hype. This is really good for mono relics because light you need two 5-star heals. So using her with like Mako is going to be really good because I don't think there's any other ascended units with a 5-star heal that are going to stack with this Archgen, I believe. But she's a really good healer. Her skill has a little bit of gambling. That's always fun and cool. But yeah, her art is crazy. This is a 50% heal for all allies. That is absurd. And then the true art is a cure to status ailments and Archgen. These two right here are insane. Like you're not really ever gonna need to like worry about Archgen with this unit. because she's just going to be using her true art and her art. And if you are going to use her super art, it's just for 150% magic res, which yeah, that's going to help damage a lot, but I wouldn't be as worried about using her super art as her true art and her art because 50% heal is diabolical. And then just getting that Archgen online. If you don't need the heal, you could definitely do True Art, Super Art. And then this passive, when she's not affected by status element, she increases her own arts by 3 a second and heal equip CT speed by 30%. So she's going to be using this heal even more. Like if this is Miraculous Sands, this is going to be healing out the wazoo. It's going to be wonderful. But overall, yeah, I think this is a really good unit, and I'm going to be... I'm just praying I get her. But the number one unit in the crossover is the new Demon Lord Rimuru. This unit is absurd. First of all, 655. Those slots, these are beautiful slots. You put Abyssal Sands here, you can put the rest of the relics on all the other units. Beautiful. This is a great unit. This skill right here is insane on Mono Demon. The art, another HP heal. Giant for Dark, because Dark doesn't have that much healing, so this is going to heal on Dark. And then this right here, this damage buff, that's crazy. Especially with his super art being what it is. But we're going to start with the true art. So this is a type F, so it's not going to stack with like Pensilgon and Beta and Ilya. But other than that, it is really good. It's 6 arts a second and 100% physical res down. He's going to work insane with Shadow. And then if you use their super arts at the same time, they're just going to hit so hard. And then this passive, if he's the leader, 20% DR for 70 seconds. Most content isn't going to last longer than 70 seconds unless it's like a challenge or just like really, really late game stuff. But yeah, this is just passive DR. Always nice. But this super art is going to hit really hard. He doesn't have any crit or anything, but if you just provide crit to him, like with Ainz will be good on his team because he's a demon, and he'll give him crit and crit damage up. Like, I think a beautiful team comp with Demon Lord Rimuru is going to be Shadow, Ainz, Demon Lord Rimuru, this one, and then like DK Vox or Diablo or Momon, pretty much anybody else, because there's already so much Archgen there. The last unit can be whoever. But the issue right now, I'd say with this Demon Lord Rimuru, is he's magic. And magic is just not strong right now. So this one, I'd say, is better than the old one because he's physical. And physical is just so much better than magic in the current meta. Maybe it'll change later and then the other Demon Lord Rimuru will become better again. But right now, this one is the best unit in the crossover. Definitely summon for him. So the true weapons too. His true weapon, I wouldn't worry about getting it. It's not that good. Shuna's, this is a healing support equip. I would get it because healing support equips are very useful. And then Veldora's, this will just make him hit a lot harder. I would probably get it. And then Shizu's, this will help her heal a little bit more. It's cool and all. You don't really need it if you get her. But the most worthwhile one is Diablo suit right here. Definitely get this if you get Diablo. And then Millam's, I don't think hers is that good. Fire damage, 80% fire damage. 2 arts a second. If you do get Millam and you didn't get Diablo, probably use the free ticket on this. But if you did get Demon Lord Rimuru and you don't already have Rimuru's Mantle, definitely get this because this is really good on Demon Lord Rimuru. But now we're going to be doing the actual who should you summon for. Like which banners you should pull on. So this one, this is a free unit. And then these three right here are put together. Benimaru, Millam, and Rimuru. I would do one multi on this just hoping you get Rimuru. Because this is a really good Awoken unit that is very good in certain situations. And then the Santa ones I would throw one multi at. Try to get Xion. If you need a nuker, she's not going to be the best. Like Demon Lord Rimuru is going to do a lot more damage. But she has Ack. If you already have a good nuker, you definitely don't need her, and you don't need to pull on this banner. But if you wanted to get Santa Xion, this is who I would be summoning for on the Christmas banner. And then this one, I'd say you could skip the New Year's, if this is how they're going to be split up. And then this one definitely pull on if you don't have Demon Lord Rimuru or Diablo. If you have Demon Lord Rimuru and Diablo, you don't need Milim. She's not that good. But if you do need a breaker and you don't have a breaker at all, Milim can be substituted as a breaker. I wouldn't use her as a DPS because there's just much better DPSs, and she's just I don't know. She's just her kit is kind of wonky. But Diablo is definitely a really good flex all around unit, and then Rimuru giant damage. But then these are going to be split with Demon Lord Rimuru and Shuna, and then the part two is going to be Veldora and Shizu. So definitely summon on part one. This is the best unit in the crossover. And then either one you get, it's going to be really good. They're both Archgeners. They are both solid units. And then Veldora is a just damage stick. He's going to hit hard. He'll be a fun unit to have. I'll be really happy if I get him. And then Shizu, I just wish you could burn all the bosses in the game. If you could burn everything, she would be solid with Rin and Luvia. I have Rin and Luvia. This would be a diabolical team. My mono fire would get so much better if I could put Shizu on it and every boss in the game would get burned. But yeah, that's about it. See ya!